I have in the original basic textbook a word guide. About a third of the book is a word guide. And someone told me years ago, a doctor out of Chicago, he's passed on now, and he told me, he said, full of the word guide that you have in there is one of the most important things you have in the book, because it has to do with the use of words. And so I took that in the notation, and so I started expanding on it, and it became what was enough material for another book. I still have a lot of words that are not in there that I could have put in there, but I tried to be selective in doing so, since the English language does consist of many, 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 many words. So I tried to pick out some words that I thought need to be paid attention to, and I put that in the form of a counter-racist word guide. In other words, and in the book, I framed it within questions and answers, because I say all problems are solved through the process of questions and answers. So I ask people to ask questions about what certain words mean. Now, I discussed this morning about the word, the word phrase, hold accountable. That term is not in the counter-racist word guide. I could have put it in there, but if someone wants to, they can themselves, because under compensatory logic, you can, use words any way that you want to. I try to get that out there. You can put new definitions to old words, and you can even make up words like people do. In the field of hip-hop, I think, people made up words and terms and expressions, and you can do that. There's no universal quote-unquote law against you can't make up a word. All words are made up by somebody, and there are no specific people who are designated to make up words, even though the racists do not like people to do that. They don't like you making up words on your own, because now you're fashioning tools on your own, and it also indicates you're doing some thinking on your own when you start making up terms, or even taking old terms and giving them new definitions, like I've done in the compensatory counter-racist codified word guide. But mostly in the word guide, I mostly ask questions about words that are being used. And you might ask a number of questions, not just one question, like a definition, but you might want an explanation for the definition, which definitions are made up of more words. And then you can ask questions even about definitions. Why did you do this? Why do you say that? Because I found that the racists dominate people to a great extent through the use of words. And so you want to come up with a counter-racist language that counters what they do when they use words. And words can be powerful.
Yes.
They motivate people to do things. Words are nothing but tools. And you can use those tools to gain power, or to strip someone of power.
Yes, sir.
It's done every day.